What's good, everybody? So we came. Today is Monday, 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody. But it's the Monday right after the UFC 276 pay-per-view card. So we came to revise our picks. Cause we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. This Saturday, and we're gonna see how many we got right and how many we got wrong. So let's just start off, man. I'll give my thoughts about the card afterwards. First fight of the night, we had Cerrone and Miller. As you can see, I chose Miller. And what a surprise. Or what, not a surprise, but I got it right, you know? Cerrone got choked out, just like I said. No, I didn't say that, but I said Cerrone was going to lose. He didn't look bad, though. You know, I was saying in the previous video, like, you know, he's always scared of the moment. Every time it's time to fight, he always is spooked. Hold up. And, yeah, he got spooked. So, Miller got the dub. So, let's check that off. Then we got our next fight, which is Sean O'Malley versus Pedro Munoz. As you can see, I chose Mr. Sean O'Malley to win the fight. And it was a no contest, so we're just going to scratch that off. What I think about the fight wasn't entertaining, you know, as usually Sean O'Malley's fights are entertaining. You know, you could understand why. Obviously, Munoz is a lot better than his previous, you know, O'Malley's fights. Previous than O'Malley's fights, yeah, it wasn't that boring for the first 2 rounds, and obviously we saw what happened. He barely touched his eye, and then the guy gave out. When I initially saw that, I was like, damn, Munoz really like trying to find a way out. Like, he really tried to find a way out. Like we all saw the replay. He touched his eyeball, but it wasn't to like end the fight type stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, he bitched out, whatever. You know, but then after he says that the doctor told him he had a scratched cornea or whatever it's called. But who knows? You know, we don't know if he's lying or not. Whatever. To me, it looked like Munoz had done everything he could within those first 2 rounds. He tried to beat him with his quickness and everything, and I feel like he used everything he could have used, and it just wasn't working. The length, the size advantage was just too much for him. You know, obviously Sean O'Malley's good too, so I felt like, you know what I mean? I feel like if you look at the fight, O'Malley's dry, like he's not even sweating, and they're just soaked because he has to do more movements because he's smaller, so he has to get in and out faster. But yeah, I thought he tried to find a way out. So that's a no contest, so whatever, we're gonna scratch that. Then we had Lawler and Barberena. So as you can see here, I chose that boy Lawler. He sold, man. That's plain and simple. He sold. You know what I mean? He sold, bro. Like, what can I say? You know, he tried to fight like he was fighting Nick Diaz, bro. Like, he was in that pocket, just taking. Trying to just block everything with the elbow, with his arms. But Barberena, he was throwing power at first, and then after when he saw that he was just gonna stand there with his hands up, he was kind of just touching him up, and then he was throwing some hard heat too, though. But yeah, Lawler, I didn't like his game plan. You know, it's cool to do that for, like, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit of time, but then at some point you gotta kind of back up too, you know. So yeah, and then he was just, his hands weren't up, bro. Like, his hands were just down. You know, I put money on all these guys that I bet on. I put money on. I bet on. So when I'm seeing Lawler just stand there taking punishment, bro, he's catching elbows, and my man's just right there standing in front of him. He's not taking one step back. He's just standing in the pocket with his hands down. It was fucking pissing me off, bro. Like, bro, this dude's strong, bro. Like, he's gonna hurt you, bro. He's just cracking him with elbows. just punching him in the face, and Rob Lawler's just there, like just coming even more forward and just getting banked on. I think pissed me off, bro. And then he's like about to get finished, and he's still standing there with his hands down, just getting smoked, bro. Like he doesn't back up, he doesn't dive for the legs, he doesn't, you know what I mean? He just standing there like, come on, bro. Like this ain't a boxing match, bro. So that one pissed me off. So obviously we took an L on that one, bro. We took a fat L. Yeah. So we have one correct, one no contest, and one wrong. Next fight up, we had Strickland versus Pereira. Was looking forward to this fight. Strickland was, you know, he was cool. He didn't look terrible like in the very beginning. He didn't look terrible. You know, he was coming forward. And then we didn't know Strickland was going to use a ground game, though. So Pereira was cool. We know he was going to try to kickbox. We know he had the advantage on the stand-up. But if you look at the last video I made, I said he's going to catch him with something. I said he's going to catch him with something. Because they're the same height. And if he's gonna stand with him, he was gonna catch him with something, and that's exactly what they caught him with that left hook, and then followed up with the straight, and then finished him off, which was great. I really like that finish. I like Pereira. Hopefully, he gets the next title shot and fights Izzy. So that's another check. Next fight, Max versus Volkanovski. Obviously, you can see I chose Max. Look at the last video. I said I was choosing this shit with all heart, man. I said Max is my heart pick. Volkanovski. If I would have chose Volkanovski, it would have been with my head. My head was telling me Volk. Heart was telling me Max. Not with my heart, man. You know, you never win when you go with your heart, bro. He got beat the fuck up. You know, I didn't want to see Max go down 3-0 to Volkanovski. I wanted him to at least get one. But, bro, like, the stylistic matchup is just bad for Max. Because Max is tall with a short reach. Volk is short with a long reach. So I feel like that just, like, is just a bad stylistic matchup for Max, bro. Like, that's a terrible, it just styles make fights, bro. And then Volkanovski is shorter, way shorter, so he's quicker. He's able to go quicker, and he has a longer reach. So you know what I mean? If Max is slower and smaller reach, you know what I mean? So to me, I don't think Max could beat him, bro. I don't know if Max is slowing down or if Volkanovski is just that guy. But I think he's just that guy because Max, when he goes to fight the Yair Rodriguez's, when he goes to fight the Calvin Katers, he beats them up. Well, Yair was a pretty good fight, but Max won. But Volkanovski just absolutely, he beat it. Look at guy, I saw his face afterwards. He beat his face up, bro. So that's an X. Then we have Izzy and Cannonier. Obviously, I chose Izzy. What I think about this fight, Izzy. You know, we all know what Izzy's gonna do. He's gonna go in there, start with the leg kicks, whatever. But we knew Cannonier was gonna come in and make it a war. Cannonier did actually very good. He did very good actually. He did better than what I expected. He was actually able to get in and actually land on Izzy. I feel like at some point Cannonier kind of got tired, or he kind of just mentally just kind of wasn't that strong, because he was getting to him, but at some point he stopped getting there. I don't know if he was tired or I don't know what it was, but Izzy was landing his shots too. Cannonier, it was a good fight in the beginning, and then towards the end Cannonier kind of stopped trying to get in and find a shot, you know what I mean? And then Izzy's fights are just boring, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if you don't bring the fight to him, the reason this fight was even remotely kind of good was because Cannonier was coming forward. Izzy's a boring fighter, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, his entrance was dope. Don't get it twisted. His Undertaker shit was dope. Izzy did some more work than he does in other fights because Cannonier came forward. But, like, I give Izzy a little credit this fight for, like, swinging, because he usually doesn't swing. He usually just waits for the guy to come at him. But, like, it's just boring, bro. That's why I feel like I want him to fight Pereira, because I know Pereira is going to come at him and he's going to have to see him. For real, for real. He's going to have to see him. Yeah, he's going to have to see Pereira for sure. And then he ain't going to take him down, So, yeah, that's the fight I'm looking forward to. Izzy versus Pereira. I can see Pereira beating him for sure. But, yeah, overall, it was... The card had a potential to do so great, but I feel like it was very mid. You know what I'm saying? Just because, Miller Cerrone, it was a good, good fight. He got submitted. I think he got guillotine. Then O'Malley and Munoz, it wasn't an exciting fight. Even with the ending, it was a whack ending, but it wasn't an exciting fight regardless. You know what I mean? The only thing you get out of that fight is O'Malley doing the spin when he just mocks Munoz. That's the only good thing that was on that fight. Literally, that was it. Lawler Barberena, that was a good fight. I'm not gonna lie, but the fact that I had money on Lawler and he was getting his ass beat kind of pissed me off. But that was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Strickland Pereira, good fight. We seen this dude get laid out. Strickland is cool though. He's cool. And then Max and Volkanovski, we saw 25 minutes of one of our favorite fighters just get beat up. So, that wasn't too fun. And then we saw another 25 minutes of, I could say another 15 minutes of just boredom. So, yeah, I think just the Max and Volkanovski fight, the fact that he was getting beat up for 25 minutes kind of like, it just kind of brought the mood down a little bit. And then the Izzy fight was boring. So it kind of just brought the mood down even more to the night. The only dubs were those three fights, I guess. Pereira versus Strickland, Lawler, Barberena, Cerrone, Miller. But those weren't the fights. All the fights that we were looking forward to were the ones that disappointed. The O'Malley fight, the Max fight, and the Izzy fight. All disappointed. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. It's like... The person that came out with the most hype out of this fight was Pereira. Honestly. He's the one that looked the best. He's the guy that got the most hype out of this card, if you ask me. But yeah, bro, I think Izzy and Pereira next, and then we'll see what happens with O'Malley, bro. Hopefully he gets. I seen they might give him Adrian Yanez. That's cool. I don't want him to run it back with Munoz. No, I don't like that. Cerrone retired. But yeah, bro, that's about it, bro. I'll see y'all for the next UFC fight night or the next pay-per-view. I'm out. Peace.